Jambo Construction and Fencing Company, LLC is a veteran-owned and operated company right here in the Eastern Panhandle, West Virginia that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. Find us on Facebook at Jambo Construction and Fencing to see more of the projects we've completed. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452 or Jamie Gall at 304-279-5053. We are licensed and insured in the state of West Virginia, and as Martinsburg alums, we say, go Bulldogs.
Do you need a place to go for a quick tobacco, soda, snacks, cigarettes, or beer run? Well, then you're in luck, because Enter and Exit has convenience without the cost. Enter and Exit right off Route 11 is located at 31 Meadow Lane in Martinsburg and soon to be opening in Chambersburg, PA. Enter and Exit is open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. and Sundays from 9:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. For great convenience without the cost, stop on into Enter and Exit today. Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl tile and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009 or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
The following is a special sports broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg.
Play ball! It's time for the excitement of American Legion Baseball, featuring the Berkeley Post-14 Hornets.
The next pitch to Baden Hartman is cracked out to deep left field. That ball is going, gone! A 3-run homer!
Let's go live to the field and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
Good afternoon from Segra Field out the Welch Athletic Complex in Charleston, West Virginia for Day 2 of the American Legion Baseball State Tournament. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me is Spencer Dupuis. Our cameraman, Dylan Bishop, back at the studio is Nick Verzolini here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10, as this afternoon the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets take on the defending state champion South Charleston Post 94. While the lineups are being announced, let's now hear from the manager of the Hornets, Trip Tobin. All right, Trip, your team back in action today after a tough win yesterday, a low-scoring game, but it got the job done. Got to see 3 pitchers out there. Just first off, give us your thoughts on the win yesterday.
I just think it was a gutsy win. I think our guys, battled. The young man on the mound for them, Ethan Marshall, he just, pounded the strike zone, changed speeds, and does what pitchers do to get guys out. And our guys just took the opportunities they had. One inning we had men on second and third, 1 out, and I thought for sure we might blow it open there, but that young man got 2 of our best hitters out, so hats off to him. But the rest of the team picked it up, and Colin Reed come in big there at the end of the game, and him and Baden had 2 big hits there to give us some insurance, and Herndon and Myers did their job, and we had a closer come in and finish them off.
And with that now a new day today against South Charleston, were you able to see their team at all yesterday?
Yeah, gutsy team, 2-1 game. In come Ben McDougal, arguably one of the best pitchers here at the tournament, and they he had them pinned down pretty good for 2 innings, and then they just continued to battle and had some great at-bats against him, and finally got to him, scored 3 or 4 runs. So they're gonna make our pitchers throw strikes. They're gonna make our pitchers battle, and they're the defending state champ. They pull from a large area. They have lots of great kids on that team. They got kids from the state championship team this year, and some of our kids are familiar with some of their kids, so it's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great game, and if we can pull this one off, then it puts us in a really good position for tomorrow.
Sotomayor getting the start for you guys out on the mound. Had a great start his last time out. What are you hoping that he can replicate today?
Well, first pitch strike with 3 different pitches. If he can mix it up and not let them sit on early fastballs, if he can throw his get me over slider and early in his curveball and mix in his fastball as first pitch. He's going to keep him off balance, and that's the trick to keeping good hitters off the bases. And if he can do that, he'll be successful. And we got guys that are ready to come in and relieve him. It's 96, 97 degrees here. The heat index over 110, so it's going to be taxing on his body. And so we're going to have to be, keep an eye on him. But if he can pound the strike zone like he did his last couple starts, then I think we're going to be in good shape.
Anything else, Trip?
No, sir.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, that was our coach's interview along with Trip Tobin. As we get ready now for first pitch, let's give you this afternoon's starting lineups for Berkeley Post 14 and South Charleston Post 94. And we'll start off with the Hornets of Post 14, as they are the visiting team in this one, as they lost the coin toss. Leading off for Berkeley Post 14 in left field, number 9, Connor Bailey. Batting second at shortstop, number 17 today, Baden Hartman. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 20, Colin Reed. Batting fourth and catching, number 1, Cam Moore. Batting fifth at third base, number 11, Riley Bubb. Batting sixth at first base, number 12, Jackson Ruest. Batting seventh in right field today, number 8, Chase Herndon. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 2, Carson Buber. And batting ninth in center field, number 10, Jordan Canby. Now for South Charleston Post 94, leading off for them in right field, number 2, Damian Whitty. Batting second and pitching, number 8, Garrett Comer. Batting third in center field, number 22, Isaac Pettit. Batting fourth at shortstop, number 21, Jordan Mosley. Batting fifth at third base, number 11, Caleb Nutter. Batting sixth at first base, number 14, Eli Schuldis. Batting seventh, catching, number 9, Tyler Perdue. Batting eighth in left field, number 3, Tyler Dixon. Batting ninth at second base, number 5, Hunter McSweeney. As we mentioned earlier, Spencer, the South Charleston Post 94 team, last year's state champions, and for us, at least in the Eastern Panhandle, we think that this Post 14 team could be the ones to dethrone them.
Yeah, I mean, it is definitely a measuring stick game when it comes to where the Panhandle athletic talent is comparison to, the Charleston area. That everybody kind of that's always the big gripe is, well, the Eastern Panhandle's got good athletes too.
As Connor Bailey steps up to the plate, Post 14 in the blue tops with red numbers on the front and back, gray pants. As for Post 94, all white with orange on the front and back. First pitch swinging's Bailey. It's a grounder right back to Comer, the pitcher, and he'll charge off the mound, underhand toss at the shoulders for out number 1.
Yeah, just a quick out. Usually, you see people taking pitches, but early on, thought I saw something.
Now Baden Hartman up to bat, wearing number 17 today, which is typically Fletcher's number, as the first pitch. Inside for ball 1, however.
A jersey snafu.
Hartman forgot his blue jersey back at home, and obviously being in Charleston can't go back and forth in the Eastern Panhandle. Is this one for a strike? So with Fletcher pitching yesterday, most likely not coming into today's game, Hartman will wear number 17. 1-1 pitch. Fly ball to left field. It's in fair territory, losing it in the Suns to left fielder for a brief moment, but Dixon's able to track it down, make the catch for out number 2.
Yeah, 2 quick outs, really, I feel like. You don't want that to be the tone for the game if you're Post 14.
It's now Colin Reed up to bat. He's had a phenomenal summer so far for Berkeley Post 14. Reed steps in against Garrett Comer, the pitch from Comer. Reed lets it go by. It's called strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, as we're just getting started as the 0-1 delivery. Hard ground ball over to the right-hand side. Diving for it's the first baseman. Shoulders throws to first. Comer goes in and out of his glove, and Reed is safe. Tough play.
Yeah, definitely a tough play, but Colin Reed getting on and doing Colin Reed things, getting on base.
It's now Cam Moore up to bat with 2 outs and a runner on first.
Post 14, both days in a row, they've gotten the wrong end of the coin flip and been away.
Comer sets up on the turf mound. The first pitch to Moore on the inside corner, called strike 1.
Yeah, Colin, that turf mound looks a little bit better than the turf mound that we saw last night at the Charleston Dirty Birds game, where they were having trouble with it twice. They had at least 5 to 10 minute delays.
A 1 pitch grounder right back to Comer to the right side of the pitcher's mound. He'll throw it over to Shoulders at first, and that ends the top half of the first with 1 left stranded, 1 error. It's 0-0 between Post 14 and Post 94. Back for the bottom of the first after this 1 minute break. You're tuned into American Legion Baseball and Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Welcome back as we head to the bottom half of the first inning. Still scoreless between Berkeley Post 14 and South Charleston Post 94. Again, the lineup for Post 94, batting first, the right fielder Whitty. Batting second and pitching is Comer. Batting third, the center fielder Pettit. Batting fourth at shortstop, Mosley. Batting fifth at third base is Nutter. Batting sixth at first base is Schultes. Batting seventh and catching is Purdue. Eighth in left field is Dixon, and ninth at second base is McSweeney. They get to go up against Braden Stoudemire of the Hornets, who had a tremendous outing his last time in that area tournament.
Yeah, I believe it was a week ago today.
I think you're right, yeah, as it was only 3 hits allowed, 9 strikeouts, and no runs in that game. No walks, too, but 2 hit-by pitches. So we'll see if he can replicate that today against the defending state champions.
Hey, he's doing it off a turf mound once again, so that might help, obviously, because, pitchers, I feel like on the mounds are where the most difference is, besides bounces, the way the ball bounces on turf. But I feel like pitchers landing in those things are always different when it comes to dirt to turf.
The music here at Segra Field is turned down. We get ready for Whitty to come up to the plate. We wait for a ball to be handed to the umpire by Mosley, who was taking some practice swings. But Damian Whitty now up to bat against Stoudemire here in the bottom of the first.
Yeah, Cam Moore behind the plate today, played right field yesterday, gets Sifford a game off in this heat.
Yeah, you'll probably see that as long as the Hornets are here in this tournament, going back and forth.
Well,
very hot week so far.
I'll let this pitch go by, and I'll give a little more explanation.
First pitch grounded right to the pitcher, Stoudemire. He'll jog off the mound, and underhand toss it to West for out #1.
Kind of just like the top of the first with Connor Bailey. But what I was mentioning was the fact is if Post 14 loses this game, they'll guarantee another game tomorrow, but it'll be at 11 a.m. So you obviously don't want a catcher having to catch 9 innings or 7 innings plus until possibly 7, 8 o'clock, and then have to do it again in the morning.
It's Garrett Comer now up the bat. The pitch from Stoudemire swung on and missed for strike 1 from Comer.
And then you also give guys other looks in different positions and give Cam Moore some action behind the plate against some of the top talent in the state.
Stoudemire sets the 0-1 delivery to Comer. Get me there, sliders called strike 2. That's something that you heard in the pregame interview with Trip Tobin, the manager of the Hornets, is if you can get that pitch going, it should be another great game out on the mound for Stoudemire. So here's the 0-2 pitch. That one low and away, tried to get Comer to chase. It's ball 1. The only downside, I guess, about a turf field, because as you mentioned, P.O. Faulkner being turf, it kind of helps the Hornets with being used to it. Still that heat.
Yeah.
The heat index off the turf as this fastball stays high. It's now 2-2.
Well, I don't know. See, I don't know if it's legit or not, the science behind it, but, darker turf, does that mean it's going to be hotter? Because, there's the dirt turf they use here at the University of Charleston is not the same color. It's a lot lighter than the dirt at P.O. Faulkner, so it might help a little bit, by a degree or two.
Misses inside for ball 3. It's 92 degrees right now. Feels like 96. So out on that turf, probably about 20 degrees hotter. Yeah.
115.
So Want to work quickly out on the mound so that your defense does not have to stand out there as long as possible, as the 3-2 pitch grounded foul down the third baseline by Comer. Here in the shade, it feels a little bit nicer still. Plenty warm, though, in Charleston, West Virginia. Great view of the Capitol building in center field.
Yeah, the dome up there.
The payoff pitch from Stoudemire to Comer. Called strike 3 for out number 2.
Comer really thought he was taking a walk down to first. Flipped his bat back, but he's going back to the dugout.
Yeah, he tried to sell that one for ball 4, but the umpire said otherwise. Is now up to bat is Pettit with 2 outs and nobody on.
Number 22, Isaac Pettit.
Isaac Pettit, the center fielder for post 94. Stoudemire sets. And here's the pitch to Pettit. And Pettit sends that to left center field. Canby running for it. And falls, makes the catch to end the inning. Canby does it again. And after 1, it's still scoreless between post 14 and post 94. We'll head to the second after this 1-minute break. You're tuned into American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in
18 holes of phenomenal golf. We're just an hour drive from the Baltimore-D.C. Beltway, 1/2 hour from Winchester and Leesburg, Virginia, as well as Hagerstown and Frederick, Maryland. Each tee offers challenges across the 35 acres of lakes, ponds, and streams, which come into play on 11 holes. The Blue Ridge Mountains also provide a breathtaking backdrop to Locust Hill. Schedule your tee time today at www.locusthillgolfcourse.com or call 304-728-7300. That's 304-728-7300.
Second inning between post 14 and post 94. Still scoreless here in the American Legion Baseball State Tournament in Charleston, West Virginia. Bub, Ruest, Herndon do up the 5, 6, 7 batters in the top half of the second for the Hornets. Both pitchers working quickly so far, as we heard Stoudemire with only 9 pitches in that bottom of the first, as the first pitch from Comer to Bub called strike 1.
Yeah, I think that definitely helps him to, one, preserve some pitches. Here's that pitch comes in, Colin.
That one misses for a ball. That's only Comer's 10th pitch.
Yeah, but I mean, preserve pitches for Stoudemire, but also just the fact that he's not going to sit out there or stand out there in the 110 plus on the turf.
A 1-1 pitch misses high for ball 2. Pitch from Comer up and in for ball 3 to Bub, as he had to lean back out of that one.
Although I will say, sun's kind of hiding behind clouds now and a breeze coming through.
3-1 pitch inside for ball 4. It's a leadoff walk for post 14 and Riley Bub.
Yeah, Bub takes the walk there. Starts out with a strike, but 4 straight balls after that.
Now up to bat is Jackson Ruest. The big lefty will step in.
And Ruest 2 hits yesterday for post 14.
Comer sets out on the rubber. The wind-up pitch and catches the outside corner for strike 1. Jackson gets the signal from manager Trip Tobin over on the third base side as the 0-1 delivery. Fly ball to center field, and right underneath it already is Isaac Pettit. He looks up, makes the catch for the out, as jogging back to first is Bub.
Yeah, Ruest put a little bit under that, but that's pretty far out there in center field.
I'm not sure what the dimensions here are, unfortunately, with
I was told
makeshift
yesterday,
fences.
I believe 375, and then in center 380, 385. But again, anything with the bright yellow fencing could be off by a foot or two because that is temporary fencing.
The first pitch to Chase Herndon misses for a ball. The 1-0 pitch outside for ball 2. Top of the second, still scoreless between post 14 and post 94. 1 out runner on first for Berkeley post 14, and a 2-0 count to Herndon as Garrett Comer sets the 2-0 pitch. Called a strike to Herndon. Herndon, WVU Tech now, a Spring Mills graduate. It's the 2-1 pitch. Deep fly ball into right field, and it is caught down the first base line by Damian Whitty for out number 2. As that sounded good off the bat, but just drops quicker than initially thought.
Now batting second baseman number 2, Carson Buber.
It's now Carson Buber up to bat with 2 outs, and still Bub on first. Comer will step off the mound. So he needed to call timeout. Wiped some sweat off his face as he steps back on the rubber now. Throws over to first. It goes over the glove of the first baseman, Schultes, and Bub will take second, rounding second, looking for third as the ball's still not recovered, and he's going to take third, sliding head first.
Yeah, and that's because it's a multi-sport complex here at the Welch Athletic Complex. There's a lot of foul territory where that ball could go, and it went.
So the second error now on the day for post 94 as a runner 90 feet away for post 14 to take the lead with 2 outs in the top of the second. Buber, grounder over to third base, scooping it up. Nutter, the throw across the diamond for the out, beats Buber to retire the side. So there you go. Even though they got him over to third, they were unable to bring him home. It's still scoreless after the top of the second. We head to the bottom of the second after this 1-minute break. You're tuned into the state tournament of American Legion Baseball right here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Mommy, where does flavor come from?
Well, when people love food, they cook it on a Traeger grill. Meat, corn, even pie. And then the Traeger does the rest, which brings everyone to celebrate this beautiful thing that they've created. Because when you share delicious food with your friends, that's the flavor of life.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
The Honda HR-V, CR-V, Pilot, Passport, and Ridgeline. They all have one thing in common. They never back off from a challenge. Available with all-wheel drive, the Honda SUV lineup has the performance you can count on and the capability to amaze. It's no wonder Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com named Honda the 2022 Best Value brand.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
Based on 2022 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
Post 94's 4, 5, 6 batters, Mosley, Nutter, and Schultes due up. Bottom of the second, thank you, Spencer. Stoudemire only with 9 pitches in that top of the first.
Very efficient first inning, as I mentioned. That 9-pitch first inning not only got him off the field quickly, but also, preserved some pitches for later on. We saw, unfortunately, Jason Myers yesterday, I believe, had 17, and, those pitches kind of just stacked up. And if you can, start out with 9 pitches, you're going to have an inning or two that's going to get you into the teens, maybe even, up to 18 pitches in an inning. So, that definitely helps.
As Stoudemire gets ready for this bottom of the second, looks like we might have some just little catch and toss in the bullpen, so nothing too, I guess, extreme or anything like that for the Hornets, as the first pitch swinging is Mosley for strike 1.
I think that's Lane DeLauder. I believe by the frame that's Lane DeLauder. And
yeah, that's Lane on the near side.
He was just getting in today, so he'll likely go in relief.
Stoudemire sets, and the 0-1 pitch to Mosley. Inside for ball 1.
So, it's just the second inning, but he's warming up. I would think that that's just because he's been sitting in a car for 4.5 hours.
I believe that's Jason Myers he's thrown with, as a 1-1 pitch from Braden Stoudemire, high off the glove of Moore and straight to the backstop for ball 2 to Mosley. Mosley, the shortstop, in the right-handed box for post 94. Stoudemire shakes off the first pitch call from Moore. So this one up and in, almost hits Mosley, and it's ball 3.
Yeah, and we obviously talked about Stoudemire's walks last week. Sometimes you just can't feel a pitch, and it might be today the pitch that he's not been able to feel early on.
3 balls, 1 strike, the pitch. Big swing and a miss from Mosley for strike 2 as he was behind that fastball.
But great job by Stoudemire to battle back here and make it a full count.
Bottom of the second, leadoff batter and Mosley for him as the 3-2 pitch way past the glove of Moore for a walk as he goes to the backstop, but Mosley will only make his way to first, won't test the arm of Moore to try to go to second.
Yeah, and that's something today that obviously catchers have got to be on is when a ball hits the backstop, you got to jump and go get it because if you're watching there, you could see the runner turning at first, knowing how far back it is.
Brings up Caleb Nutter, the runner on first and nobody out. And that one pegs Nutter right in the shoulder blade. So now runners on first and second with nobody out. And that was a slight issue, as we mentioned in his last outing, that being Braden Stoudemire, as he hit 2 batters in that area tournament. Moore goes out to talk with Stoudemire, just tells him to settle down now, as up to bat is the first baseman and Eli Schultes. Schultes steps into the right-handed box against Stoudemire. Here in the bottom of the second is Stoudemire. Looks at Moore. Sets out on the rubber on top of the mound. Wind up and the pitch. High for ball 1 to Schultes.
That one a little inside, and Stoudemire seems to be, locating his pitches very high and inside right now.
Stoudemire sets the 1-0 delivery to Schultes. Slides in there for a strike. So now 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner is on first and second with nobody out in the bottom of the second. Still scoreless between post 14 and post 94. Stoudemire taking his time now out on the mound. Looks at the runner behind him twice. Kicking the delivery. And it just misses for ball 2 to Schultes. Schultes steps out of the box to wipe the sweat out of his eyes. Is that going to be an issue for a lot of players today?
Yeah, sun now begins to reappear out of the clouds.
2 balls, 1 strike to Schultes against Braden Stoudemire for Berkeley post 14. Stoudemire sets, wind up and the pitch. Pop up into the infield foul territory. Now it goes over on the third base side. Underneath it is the third baseman, Riley Bubb. He makes the catch for the out. That'll bring up Tyler Purdue now with 1 out and still runners on first and second.
Now batting catcher number 9, Tyler Purdue.
It's Purdue, another right-handed batter here against Stoudemire. Stoudemire getting the signal from Moore as instead Purdue calls a time and steps out of the box and will step back in now. Trying to keep control with his box as now looks like Stoudemire's ready to go. The first pitch to Purdue, low and inside for ball 1. Yeah, the command right now it looks like kind of slipping away for Stoudemire this half inning. Runners on first and second take their respected leads as Stoudemire sets. A 1-0 pitch to Purdue. It's a fly ball down the first base line. Running forward in on it is Chase Herndon. He makes the catch for the out as both runners will not try to tag up. So that's out number 2. They bring up Dixon.
Yeah, Stoudemire at 21 pitches. And we didn't have a lot of time to talk to manager Tobin, but with Lane getting ready, he's continuing to get ready. Or at least get loose. He's not really on the mound, though. Somebody else is on the mound. I can't see who that is.
Last time I looked, it was Myers who pitched yesterday.
Which doesn't make sense necessarily. But my thought is, the way that this bracket's kind of set up is you might have to play 2 games on Saturday. So you're going to want an ace on Saturday. So you might only go 45, to get to Saturday if you can, if you're leading. So that would give him about 23 pitches.
First pitch to Dixon. Misses just low, it looks like, for a ball. It's Jordan Dixon rocking the hot pink Under Armour cleats. Runners on first and second. 2 outs, bottom of the second, still scoreless between Berkeley Post 14 and South Charleston Post 94. Stoudemire sets, and the 1-0 pitch to Dixon misses for ball 2.
But I do believe, looking at the required rest, if you take it as a day to a next day, so like one day would be Wednesday to Thursday, Thursday to Friday, Friday to Saturday, he could go as much as 80 pitches.
Now the count 2-0 to Dixon. Stoudemire looks over at the runner at first. It's the 2-0 pitch off the glove of Moore into the backstop. Both base runners will advance 1 base each, so now 2 runners in scoring position with a 3-0 count to Dixon and 2 outs. So it's Mosley on third, Nutter on second. Stoudemire now takes his time before stepping on the rubber. 3-0 count to Dixon with McSweeney, the bottom of the post 94 lineup, on deck. 3-0 pitch. Misses for ball 4 to load the bases for McSweeney.
Manager Tobin coming out. And I don't know if that means a change or he's just going to talk. I don't think it does mean a change. I think he's just going to come talk to him.
We'll wait and see, as we're still scoreless, but bases are juiced here in the bottom of the second now for post 94 South Charleston. So it looks like it was just a quick little pep talk by Tripp as the infield comes in, tries to give Stoudemire a little confidence boost, and they go back to their spots.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 2 outs, so just need to get this final out. You can come out of the inning unscathed.
Second baseman, number 5, Hunter McSweeney.
Tough spot, though, now in a jam is Stoudemire. Stoudemire's first pitch to McSweeney, called strike 1 on the inside corner of the plate.
And Tripp comes out to talk to his pitcher, and the next pitch is a strike.
No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bases loaded in the bottom of the second as post 94 trying to take the lead here. Still scoreless. The pitch from Stoudemire. Big swing and a miss from McSweeney for strike 2.
That's a big strike to go up in the count. 0-2.
Stoudemire sets. Takes a deep breath in the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. McSweeney goes down as Stoudemire gets out of it, leaving the 3 runners stranded. Still scoreless as we head to the 3rd inning now between Berkeley Post 14 and South Charleston Post 94. We're back in 1 minute here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
One of the questions lawyers get asked the most is, what is my case worth?
I'm Steven Skinner, and this is my brother Andrew with Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers.
The truth is, it's very difficult for a lawyer to pinpoint a number because every case is different.
We get to know each situation and we'll give you an idea of what your case is worth and why.
The sooner we get involved, the better we can do getting you the compensation you deserve.
Google Skinner Lawyers or go to skinnerwins.com. We'll treat you like family.
Radon is the second leading cause of lung cancer deaths in the United States each year. But do you know the radon levels in your home? Home is a place to live, love, and laugh, not a place to breathe air containing radon. The Berkeley and Morgan County Health Departments are distributing free confidential radon test kits, and you can get yours at the Berkeley County Health Department office in Martinsburg and the Morgan County Health Department office in Berkeley Springs. Protect your home and family. Get your free radon test kit today.
We welcome you back as we enter the top of the 3rd. Still scoreless here in Charleston, West Virginia, between Berkeley Post 14 and South Charleston Post 94. The 9-1-2 batters due up in the top of the 3rd for the Hornets, and Canby, Bailey, and Hartman.
Yeah, you essentially got 2 leadoff guys here. Jordan Canby, as we mentioned on yesterday's broadcast, he's led off basically all season for the Martinsburg Bulldogs.
Looks at the first pitch. It's called a strike from Comer. The 0-1 pitch from Comer. It's a line drive to left field. Running forward is the left fielder Dixon, and he makes the catch for the out.
Yeah, I feel like you usually see Camby maybe take a few more, but he probably thought that was the one that was going to drop, but unfortunately doesn't.
So now we have a brief pause as Trip Tobin forgot his helmet.
Yeah, he didn't have his helmet there down on third base. As he puts it on backwards, and then he changes it.
Yeah, he had his hat still on, just forgot the helmet as the pitch to Bailey goes by for strike one. Comer really trying to get ahead in the count early, throwing first pitch strikes as this one misses low for a ball to even the count up at 1 apiece.
Yeah, Comer getting ready to throw pitch 25.
1-1 pitch is a line drive to center field, and that'll drop down for a base hit right in front of Pettit.
Connor Bailey getting on base there for post 14, bringing up Baden Hartman. And now Hartman can do some damage with the bat.
That's the first hit of the day for both teams, as now Hartman up the bat.
If he has a good day at the plate, maybe he's going to have to tell Caleb Fletcher, hey, I'm wearing 17 the rest of the week.
First pitch to Hartman was called a strike as he squared the bunt but pulled the bat back. Pitch from Comer. Pop up in foul territory, running towards us is the catcher Purdue, and that will land right in front of him for a strike. So now no balls, 2 strikes to Hartman. We wait for everybody to get back to their spots. It looks like Hartman will be the last one as he went over down the third baseline to talk with Trip Tobin. Hartman steps back into the right-handed batter's box here against Garrett Comer. Comer will throw over to first. Bailey easily back in safely. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. Hard ground ball down to third baseline. Diving for it's Nutter. The long throw. Scooped and dropped right at the last second by Schultes.
Yeah, I mean, that was going to be a bang-bang play even if he made the catch. But now 2 on here with no outs or 1 out for post 14.
Yeah, that was close. Not sure if it will be ruled an error or not.
And now you got Colin Reed due up.
Looks like it's an infield single, so back-to-back singles now.
Colin Reed at the plate, and Reed can do some damage. We saw yesterday 2 of the 3 RBIs for post 14 as pitcher and catcher will talk things over here.
And probably just to quickly change the pitch sequence with a runner on second for Berkeley post 14, as now Tobin, the manager of the Hornets, going to do the same to talk to Reed. Still knotted up at 0-0 here in the top of the third in day 2 of the American Legion Baseball State Tournament. This one for Berkeley post 14 against the defending state champions of South Charleston post 94. As Comer sets, look at the runner behind him, the pitch to Reed. Called strike 1 on the outside corner of the plate. Runners on first and second take their leads as the 0-1 pitch to Reed. Big swing and a miss for strike 2. It's that one full to Reed.
Yeah, he was wanting to put a dent in that one.
The turf kind of popped out there on the batter's box, so he has to adjust it right where his foot is. So
that can't be comfortable, especially because now he's got to move his foot.
No balls, 2 strikes to pitch from Comer. Fastball outside for a ball.
So, you know, baseball players very superstitious people, and his foot's going to be at a different spot now that turf is kind of moving around there.
Well, not only that, with it moving, kind of tough to keep it sturdy.
Yeah.
Back foot as this one misses low for ball 2 to Reed.
But he's got to move his foot up, and baseball players put their feet in the same place every time when they're in a hot streak, and he's hitting .530 on the season.
2-2 pitch. Misses for ball 3 to Reed, so now the count is full as Colin Reed has battled back.
Tell you what, he's definitely taking some pitches in this at-bat. moving Comer's pitch count up to 33.
Payoff pitch from Comer is popped foul out of play over the first base dugout to keep the count at 3-2. It's Hartman on first, Bailey on second after back-to-back singles. He got one out from the fly ball to left by Canby. It's the payoff pitch from Comer. It's just the edge of the bat as Reed tried to hold that back bat, but it hit the bottom of it.
Yeah.
Unlucky. As the count remains full.
Pitch 35 upcoming from Comer.
That one's high, ball 4. So that loads the bases with one out now for Berkeley Post 14 as Cam Moore up the bat.
Yeah, Cam Moore, we saw him, was it last week or the week prior? He hit a home run to left field.
The catcher, number 1, Cam Moore.
I think it was last week, but not 100% positive as he has an opportunity now to give the Hornets the lead here in the top of the third. Pitch from Comer. Misses outside for ball 1 to Moore.
Yeah, I mean, a big opportunity is, you know, if he were to hit a grand slam, that'd be a huge lead for them. But even to get in 1 to 2, maybe even 3 runs, a base clearing double.
Looks at this one, it's called a strike. They even up the count at 1 apiece.
It'll have to be a very well hit ball to be a base clearing double, though.
1-1 delivery from Comer to Reed, to Moore is a grounder to the second baseman. McSweeney, his only play is to first. He gets the out, but coming home to score is Bailey to make it 1-0. Berkeley Post 14 over South Charleston Post 94 here in the third.
Yeah, the RBI ground out for Cam Moore. Obviously, you want to get runs up on the board, especially when one of your aces is pitching.
Bub up the bat. First pitch, called a strike to Bub. Runners on second and third, 2 outs. The pitch to Bub fouled off and out of play for strike 2. You have Jackson Ruest on deck. Comer trying to get out of this inning for Post 94. It's the 0-2 pitch to Bub. Again fouled off over the first base dugout to keep the count at 0-2.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Bub, you definitely want to bring in these 2 guys on second and third, both in scoring position here.
0-2 pitch. Chopped foul down the third baseline.
But, you know, you're pushing that pitch count for Comer up. Going to throw pitch 43 here.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on second and third. The pitch from Comer to Bub. Inside for a ball to make the count now 1-2.
Yeah, Comer really wanted that one in the zone.
1-2 count. So this pitch, time called as check to see if Purdue's okay.
Hey, way to work out there, eh? Let's go down.
And, you know, if you look at Comer's arm slide, I feel like it's changing throughout, depending on the pitch.
1-2 pitch, line drive to left field, running forward, and it's almost over his head, but he jumps up, makes the catch as Kyler Dixon to end the inning. So there you go. It's 1-0 Berkeley Post 14 over South Charleston Post 94. We'll head to the bottom of the third after this 1-minute break. You're tuned into American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR and TV 10.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna call my parents. Dad, come over. The brisket's done.
The Traeger Connected Experience. Everything you need for epic flavor, and then some.
Shop now and save at Orsini's today.
You've been in an accident. The choice of a lawyer may be the biggest decision you make for you and your family's future. At Mansion Ferretti, we offer a free consultation and no fees until we win your case. Call us today and protect your future. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
We welcome you back as we enter the bottom half of the third inning now. It's Berkeley Post 14 on top of South Charleston Post 94, 1-0 as South Charleston as the top of the lineup due up in Whitty, Comer, and Pettit. Stoudemire had a little bit of trouble there in that bottom of the second, but was able to get out of the inning, striking out McSweeney and leaving the bases loaded. As the warm-up throw from Moore to second concludes, it will be Whitty up the bat.
Yeah, and Stoudemire up here needs to kind of use that confidence with the strikeout to end the bottom of the second to propel him through this game. Going to throw pitch 30 here.
Whitty steps into the left-handed box here against Stoudemire. His first pitch outside for ball 1. Whitty 0 for 1. He was first pitch swinging there to start off the bottom of the first and grounded right back up to Stoudemire on the mound. Stoudemire sets the 1-0 pitch. Caught a strike to even up the count at 1 apiece. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Whitty. Here in the bottom of the third against Stoudemire as he shakes off the call from Moore. It's the next one as the 1-1 pitch. Grounded foul over into the first base dugout, right into the door. Getting his souvenirs are Bat Boy. Count now 1-2. On deck is Comer as Stoudemire just trying to play mind games with Whitty. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's a fastball up and away for ball 2. First inning, it was Stoudemire working quickly, kind of slowed down in the second, and now really taking his time out on the mound here in the third. Two pitch, grounded right back up the middle, off the glove of Stoudemire. Shortstop scoops it up to third to first, not in time, as that was a tough play for Hartman to make, and he was just unable to do so.
I mean, just a fantastic nab by Hartman as he was able to keep that from going in the outfield. And the fact that it was even that close was crazy, because I thought once it went past Stoudemire, it was targeted for center field.
Number 8, Garrett Comer.
Now up to bat's Garrett Comer. He struck out looking his last time up. Runner on first, and Whitty takes his lead. Stoudemire sets in one out. Throw over to first. That one close, but just sliding underneath the tag of Rue West is Whitty. It looks like he might be hurt as a timeout called. He's slow to get up.
Yeah, you could see kind of when he got back, he kind of cringed a little bit.
So we'll have a delay here to check and see if Damian Whitty's okay after that slide. Right now it looks like he's going to stay out there. Gives a thumbs up to the pitcher, Braden Stoudemire, to resume action. Stoudemire sets, and the first pitch to Comer. Fastball high for a ball.
Great job by Moore to be able to get that, because I think it was going to the backstop and a free base.
Yeah, we've seen a few times those fastballs just go off the glove of Moore, but he had to jump up and was able to keep that one. And 1-0 pitch, big swing and a miss for a strike. Even up the count at 1-1 to Comer. Runner on first, nobody out here in the bottom of the third. It's Berkeley Post 14 on top of South Charleston Post 94, 1-0. 1-1 throw, not yet, as trying to pick off the runner is Stoudemire again. The throw just sends Whitty back to first easily. A 1-1 pitch misses inside, the count now 2-1. So we just got a little update. Our designated hitter and Colin Reed sitting in the stands, giving out pitch calls to Stoudemire.
Oh, he is?
Like. You just saw him put up a number, so as this one fouled off. Count now 2-2. So, but yeah, he's in the stands, front row to our right, behind home plate.
Yeah, I've never really seen that before.
Neither have I, yes. Stoudemire shakes off the call. Another pickoff attempt at first as Woody goes back into the bag safe. My other thought was that maybe he was having the radar gun, but it looks like he does not. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. Down goes Comer for the third strikeout of Stoudemire's night, or excuse me, afternoon.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I've never seen that, but I mean, I guess it makes sense.
Now batting center fielder, number 22, Isaac Pettit.
Now Isaac Pettit up the bat.
But I mean, he's a big, I guess, this is not a crutch on him, like a baseball nerd. Like, he's probably going to be a coach one day. I mean, we saw him coaching when he really couldn't play when he was down in Myrtle Beach.
First pitch, outside for a ball to Pettit. One ball, no strikes, one out. Stoudemire sets on the mound. Waiting for the pitch call. Stoudemire as the pitch beautifully on the inside corner. First strike to Pettit. Out now 1-1. Mosley on deck. He walked his last time up, Pettit up the bat. He flew out to center his last time up to end the first. This pitch low and away for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Runner on first is Whitty after his leadoff single, followed by a strikeout swinging by Comer. A 2-1 pitch from Stoudemire, just below the knees of Pettit for ball 3.
Yeah, Stoudemire now at 42 pitches.
Shakes off the call, looks over at first. 3-1 stretch. Fouled off over the first base dugout off the net. Count now full, 3-2 to Pettit. New baseball given to Moore, who'll give it to Stoudemire. Stoudemire trying to get his 4th strikeout. Pettit steps into the box on the right-handed side of the plate. Runner on first, and Woody takes his lead. Stoudemire checks him. Now sets. Here comes the payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Down goes Pettit for out number 2.
Yeah, and I mean, when you look at was it 4 strikeouts now? 2 of them have come on 3-2 pitches where the hitter thinks he's walked, but Stoudemire able to hit the corner.
Now up the bat is Mosley. Here again, Stoudemire. Stoudemire sets on the rubber. First pitch to Mosley. Misses inside for a ball. Now 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. It's 1-0. Post 14 leads Post 94.
Mosley walked in his last plate appearance.
Stoudemire sets. 1-0 pitch. Goes foul down the first baseline and out of play. Count now 1-1 to Mosley. You have Nutter on deck. He was the one hit by the pitch his last time up. Stoudemire looks over at Woody as he takes his lead at first. 1-1 pitch. Called strike 2 to Mosley's displeasure. So now Stoudemire 1 strike away from getting out of the inning and striking out the side. ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The runner on first for South Charleston. Pitch from Stoudemire to Mosley. It's a fly ball into shallow center field, and that's going to drop right in front of Camby over the glove of the shortstop Hartman for a 2-out single.
And now 2 on here, 1 in scoring position with 2 outs.
Yep, as that was Woody making his way only to second base, as now up the bat's Nutter.
I believe Nutter reached on an error.
Or the hit by pitch.
Or he was the hit by pitch, yeah.
Yep. The infield really allowing the gaps to be open as second baseman Buber kind of more over toward second, goes back, and it's hit right into that gap into right field. Rounding third, coming home to score is Whitty. He's going to test the throw of our right fielder Herndon. Not in time, he's safe, and we're tied here in the bottom of the third on a 2-out RBI single by Nutter.
Yeah, and that was big for Post 94 to be able to keep this one. You know, now it's tied up again. It's a brand new ball game, and you've got runners on first and third here with 2 outs.
So Woody came home to score on that. Mosley's now at third. Up the bat is Eli Schultes. That was a tough play for Buber because he went over to cover second in case Stoudemire wanted to try to pick off the runner, but then was unable to get back to cover the space of that grounder. First pitch inside for a ball to Schultes. Schultes 0 for 1 today. He popped out into foul territory on the third base side. His first time up. It's the 1-0 pitch from Stoudemire. Called a strike to Schultes to even up the count at 1-1. Runners on the corners and 2 outs for South Charleston Post 94 here in the bottom of the third as they've just tied it up at 1 apiece against Berkeley Post 14. Pitch outside for a ball is Mora to die for that one to keep it in his glove.
Yeah, and that in the top of the catcher's mitt there, so really kept that from another run from scoring the lead run for Post 94.
You can almost guarantee any ball to the backstop's going to advance base runners. 2 balls, 1 strike to Schultes. Stoudemire sets. There's the windup and the pitch. Called strike 2 as Schultes keeps the bat on his shoulder. As Eli Schultes steps back into the right-handed box here against Braden Stoudemire. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch. Big swing and a miss for out number 3 to end the inning. But we're all tied up here after 3 at 1 apiece between Berkeley Post 14, South Charleston Post 94. We'll head to the 4th after this 1-minute break. You're tuned into American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
A new WVU Heart and Vascular Institute is now open in Martinsburg, offering 10,000 square feet of clinic space with exam rooms, procedure rooms, diagnostic capabilities, and a dedicated patient entrance waiting area. At the WVU Heart and Vascular Institute, our board-certified physicians are performing groundbreaking procedures using cutting-edge techniques to provide world-class healthcare close to home. Visit the expanded WVU HVI Clinic on the Berkeley Medical Center campus, a department of Berkeley Medical Center.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
We welcome you back as we enter the 4th inning as South Charleston Post 94 was able to respond in the bottom of the 3rd to tie things up at 1 apiece here against Berkeley Post 14. Due up for the Hornets is Ruest, Herndon, and Buber, the 6, 7, 8 batters here in the 4th against Garrett Comer. Comer Kind of had an awkward throw there. It looks like there's some discomfort maybe in his pitching hand. See if anything there or not, but that throw for the throw down to the catcher Tyler Purdue was kind of just a lollipop. It's Ruest up to bat. He flew out to center his first time up as the pitch misses low for ball 1 to Jackson. The 1-0 pitch to Ruest is a hard ground ball to the shortstop Mosley, and his throw will pull the first baseman off the bag, but Schultes is able to make the tag on Ruest for the out.
Yes, Ruest trying to get down that line, and he got past him, but tagged on the back.
Now 1 out. Chase Herndon up the bat.
I believe yesterday I saw a coach from WVU Tech here yesterday. That's where Herndon plays his college ball.
First pitch to Herndon catches the zone for strike 1. It's the pitch from Comer. High for a ball to even the count up to Herndon at 1 apiece.
Also, I believe West Virginia State, which is right down the road, an institute here yesterday as well. University of Charleston, obviously the host there, got some coaches here as well.
1-1 pitch, low for ball 2. 2-1 pitch to Chase Herndon. Followed over the third base dugout now to play the count now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Herndon with 1 out, nobody on. Pitch, fouled off right in front of us. It drops down off the fence, keeps the count at 2 apiece. So, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Pitch from Comer, again fouled off. Keep the count at 2 apiece.
Yeah, Herndon really staying alive here. He's making Carson Buber work.
Yeah, Buber had to retrieve another foul ball. Herndon steps back into the left-handed box here against Comer. The 2-2 pitch, same spot, fouled off.
And again, Carson Buber runs over to get the ball.
Buber's going to be tired before his at-bat comes.
Yeah.
Again, 2 balls, 2 strikes to pitch. 2 hops to the second baseman, McSweeney, and his throw to first in time for out number 2.
Yeah, that was here, sharply to the second baseman.
Good contact, but just not into a gap, as now at the bat's Buber.
Carson Buber, the junior from Martinsburg.
He'll hit the first pitch down the third baseline and caught by the running left fielder, Kyler Dixon. It's 3 up, 3 down. Goes Berkeley post 14 here in the top of the 4th. It's still 1-1 as we head to the bottom of the 4th after this 1-minute break. You're tuned into American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
You want to hop on? I don't know.
You need a place to go for a quick tobacco, soda, snacks, cigarettes, or beer run? Well, then you're in luck, because Enter and Exit has convenience without the cost. Enter and Exit right off Route 11 is located at 31 Meadow Lane in Martinsburg and soon to be opening in Chambersburg, PA. Enter and Exit is open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. and Sundays from 9:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. For great convenience without the cost, stop on into Enter and Exit today.
Ollie's VIP Northside at 36 Veronica Drive, Martinsburg is your favorite place to have a great meal, a good time, and to catch all the games. Join us Mondays for 75-cent wings and follow your favorite team from the bar on our 17 TVs located all throughout the bar or from the outdoor fire pit. Ollie's has great food and drink menus and features specials for every day of the week, including Saturdays when you can get a 16-ounce ribeye steak grilled the way you want it for just $24.95. That's Ollie's VIP Northside at 36 Veronica Drive, Martinsburg. We'll see you for the game.
Between Berkeley Post 14 and South Charleston Post 94. Bottom of the lineup due up for post 94, Purdue, Dixon, and McSweeney. Here against Braden Stoudemire. Winner of this game will advance to tomorrow and will get to play at 7 p.m. against the winner of Game 8, which is right after this one.
The loser still advances tomorrow. They'll play tomorrow morning at 11 a.m.
Yes. Now with the bat is Purdue. Purdue 0 for 1. He flew out to right field his last time up. It's Purdue, the righty, into the right-handed Stoudemire. Pitch from Stoudemire to Purdue, misses inside for our ball. So the count now 1-0 to Purdue. Stoudemire shakes off the first call, now sets. 1-0 pitch, called a strike, even up the count. One ball, one strike here to the leadoff batter of the bottom of the fourth, and Purdue. 1-1 pitch, right above the shoulders for ball 2 to Purdue. It's the count now 2-1. 2-1 pitch, outside for ball 3. Stoudemire on the verge of potentially walking another batter, only the second one it would be.
It'd be the third.
Well, he's hit one as well.
Yeah.
It's this pitch, called strike 2. Oh, you are correct, my apologies.
But, you know, Stoudemire's done a great job of getting back in counts whenever he's gotten behind. Not only today, but, you know, all summer long.
Payoff pitch. Fouled off right into the backstop. We'll redo things at 3-2. It's Purdue ready to go here against Stoudemire. Stoudemire sets. Again, the payoff pitch. Called strike 3. Down goes Purdue looking.
That is the third time today that Stoudemire's had the hitter thinking he's walked on a 3-2, but indeed strikes him out.
It's been Purdue, Pennant, and Comer. It's now Kyler Dixon up the bat. Dixon had the catch the end the top of the fourth. The pitch called strike 1 to Dixon. Dixon walked on 4 straight pitches his last time up. No balls, 1 strike, the pitch. Called strike 2 to Dixon from Stoudemire. Stoudemire kind of working a little quicker now. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. It's inside for a ball to Dixon. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to the left fielder. Pitch from Stoudemire outside for ball 2.
It looks like somebody's getting loose. Multiple guys getting loose in the post 14 Hornets bullpen.
Stoudemire sets. 2-2 pitch. Grounder to the second baseman, Buber. The throw to first, low, but Ruest is able to make the catch for out number 2.
Yeah, Buber makes another great throw to first.
Now batting second baseman, number 5, Hunter McSweeney.
Now up to bat is Hunter McSweeney. McSweeney is only time up. Fell victim to 3 straight strikes. He struck out swinging. It's the pitch. He sends into right center field. Canby running over and will make the catch for the out. So we stay at 1-1 as we head now to the 5th between Berkeley Post 14 and South Charleston Post 94. Step aside, take a 1-minute break. You're tuned into American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
This is Eric at Hancock Chevrolet. Over the last decade, the way we buy things have evolved. Now, you get on your phone, click Want It, and it shows up at your front door. At Hancock Chevrolet, it is that easy. We've changed the car buying experience on the I-81 corridor forever. And with a return policy better than Walmart, there's absolutely no reason to buy a new or used car, truck, or SUV anywhere else. Just like Amazon, Hancock Chevrolet will deliver the vehicle to you, where you are, and on your time. And if you don't want it, return it. No questions asked. Why waste your time in a car dealership playing the dumb back-and-forth games? Besides, we hate it more than you do. I assure you, no dealership from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C. will beat our price. No dealership from Cumberland to Baltimore, Maryland will beat our price. And no other dealership will allow you to return it if you don't want it. Hancock Chevrolet absolutely provides the best experience at the best price. Visit HancockChevy.com to schedule your VIP experience. Click on the vehicle you want, and your new ride will be delivered to you at no risk.
See dealer for details.
We're back here at Segra Field at the Welch Athletic Complex, the University of Charleston in West Virginia.
Yeah, we're on the banks of the Kanawha River, Colin, right across the river from the United States, the
state capital.
State capital here in the capital city.
9-1-2 batters, Canby, Bailey, Hartman due up in the top of the 5th for the Hornets as the pitch. Canby, right at the knees, called strike 1 to start off the top of the 5th. Still tied up at 1 apiece as pitch from Comer. Eye for a ball to Canby.
Yeah, look for Canby to take some pitches in this at-bat, and Comer's about to hit pitch 60 in this at-bat.
1-1 pitch, breaking ball, and it's called strike 2. One-two pitch, high for ball 2. So now the count 2-2 to Canby. Canby 0 for 1 as a grounder right to the third baseman. Nutter's throw to first for out number 1.
Yeah, this game about an hour old here. It got started around 4:45 and already an out in the 5th inning.
Now with the bats, Connor Bailey. Bailey 1 for 2 today. Just a lone run for Post 14. It's the pitch, low, and inside for ball 1 to Bailey. Bailey taking his time before stepping back into the box. It's the 1-0 pitch called a strike to Bailey to count now 1-1.
And Colin, the Area 4 runner-up, Potomac Valley, ended up beating Wheeling 8-7 in 8 innings yesterday. So they're going to play later on at 7 against Morgantown Post 2.
1-1 pitch, a fly ball to center, almost over Pettit, but he jumps up and makes the catch for out number 2.
But Potomac Valley, the area runner-up, getting a win last night against Wheeling. They'll take on Morgantown Post 2 tonight at 7 p.m. The winner of that game will face the winner of this game tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Now up to bats, Hartman.
So if you're Post 14, you want to get something going here offensively. It's a 1-1 game. You want to get back into things. Only 2 hits so far today.
This one blooped into left, and underneath it is Dixon for the out. So 3 up, 3 down goes Berkeley Post 14 here in the top half of the 5th. It remains 1-1. Way to the bottom of the 5th after this 1-minute break. You're tuned into American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
66 pitches.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, shrimp nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
State champions of South Charleston post 94, tied up at 1-all as the top of the lineup due up now for South Charleston in Whitty, Kilmer, and Pettit.
Yeah, Stoudemire's had a pretty good outing so far. When you look at the numbers, 68 pitches, 38 of those for strikes, facing 18 batters, 4 innings, 3 hits, 1 run. That run is earned, 2 walks to 6 strikeouts. Unfortunately, he may come out of this game very soon and have a no decision, even though he pitched a very good game so far.
Leading off for South Charleston, right field.
Woody 1 for 2 today. He singled his last time up and later came home to score on the Nutter RBI single. Stoudemire still out on the mound for the Hornets. Pitch to Whitty, big swing and a miss for strike 1. So you got Whitty to chase that one. Stoudemire sets. The 1 pitch to Whitty. Just outside for a ball to even up the count at 1 apiece. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Bottom of the 5th. It's 1-1 between post 14 and post 94. Pitch from Braden Stoudemire, way outside for ball 2. Makes the count now 2-1 to Whitty. Damian Whitty steps back into the right-handed box. The pitch called strike 2. Make the count now 2 apiece.
Yeah, Stoudemire now up over 70 pitches, of 72.
A 2-2 pitch to Damian Whitty. Fastball outside for ball 3.
I don't see anybody actually throwing in the bullpen for post 14. So to me, that means Stoudemire's going to go as long as he feels like he can go.
Here comes the payoff pitch. That goes right into the fence over at the third base dugout. And we'll redo the full count. Whitty 1 for 2. Grounded back to Stoudemire on the mound his first time up. And then singled his last time up as this one. Just misses outside for ball 4. It's a leadoff walk to Damian Whitty here in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, now you see potentially DeWater throwing. I'm not too sure.
So now up to bat is Comer. Comer 0 for 2 today. A strikeout looking and a strikeout swinging. Comer squares to bunt. Bub will come in, and that bunt goes down the first baseline and goes foul for strike 1.
Actually, that might be Caleb Fletcher again. He wears 19, not 17, so 17 was an empty jersey.
Okay, because he wore 17 yesterday in white, but wears 19 in blue.
That's what it is.
We'll see if Comer tries to square up the bunt again or not. No balls, 1 strike. Runner on first is Whitty. And he does square to bunt and has to dive out of the way of a fastball straight at him. Count now 1-1. Whew. That was close to being very, very dangerous. Don't want that for anybody, especially your pitcher, if that were to hit him. It's the count now 1-1 though. The pitch to from Stoudemire. A shallow fly ball down the first base line. Was it caught by Buber? No. It dropped right behind him. So that'll be a single for Comer to put runners on first and second.
Yeah, I mean, that's a hard place to get the ball coming all the way from in the infield at second for Buber. It just kind of falls out of the glove.
Now to bat's Isaac Pettit. Looking over at the dugout of the Hornets to see if they're trying to see if they want to bring in the pitcher or not yet. Stoudemire still out there. It's Pettit who's 0 for 2. The pitch to Pettit. He squares to bunt but pulls the bat back. It's low for ball 1. So a walk and a single so far here in the bottom of the 5th for South Charleston. Has runners on first and second with nobody out. A tie ball game at 1-1.
Yeah, this could be a turning point in the game here unless Stoudemire can come back and get out of the inning.
Stoudemire sets. 1-0 pitch. It's bunted in fair territory, and the throw to first by Moore for the out. But the sack bunt gets 2 runners in scoring position now as Comer goes to second and Whitty goes to third.
Yeah, that's just the first out of the inning, so they've got 2 more outs to work with here to take the lead.
So now is Mosley up to bat, trying to give South Charleston the lead.
And it looks like manager Tobin's bringing in the infield, so he can cut off that run at home plate in Riley Bubb, at least the third baseman in.
And it looks like everybody's in on the grass now as the first pitch outside from Stoudemire to Mosley for ball 1. That's what you need to do. Try to get him to chase to have that ground ball so you can potentially make the play at the plate if the base runner and Whitty tries to go home. 1 ball, no strikes to Mosley. The pitch from Stoudemire is a deep fly ball to center field.
Score at least 1.
Can be underneath it. He makes the catch. And he'll just throw to third. And that does score the runner in Whitty. As now South Charleston takes a 2-1 lead over Berkeley Post 14 here in the bottom of the 5th.
Yeah, like I said, they had 2 outs to at least score a run, to go-ahead run, and they did that with the sacrifice fly. And they still got a runner in scoring position for Caleb Nutter.
Yeah, Nutter had the RBI single his last time up.
One would think this will be the last inning for Braden Stoudemire with Caleb Fletcher warming and amping it up out there in the bullpen.
So runner on second, 2 outs. Stoudemire sets. Pitch to Nutter, big swing and a miss for strike 1.
And he passed that by Nutter on the fastball.
Stoudemire ready to go against Nutter with the 0-1 count. Runner on second, Garrett Comer. Stoudemire sets. The 0-1 pitch. Pop up into shallow right field, and that's going to be Herndon trying to make the play, and he's able to do so to end the inning, but not before. South Charleston Post 94 is able to get a run and take a 2-1 lead at the end of 5. Way to the 6th after this 1-minute break. You're tuned into American Legion Baseball and Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
There's a local family moving in our territory.
What do you want from me?
Taste it. It's really good.
We'll go to the mattresses.
It's not personal. It's strictly business. Leave the guns. Take the pizza.
Rox, now serving hot, fresh pizza to die for.
Ow, that really hurt.
Welcome back as we're now in the top of the 6th inning. The heart of the lineup will be due up for Berkeley Post 14, and Reed, Moore, and Bub as they now trail South Charleston Post 94 2-1. I'm Colin McLaughlin here for Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 alongside me, Spencer Dupuis. Dylan Bishop's our cameraman, and back in the studios, Nick Verzolini. Garrett Comer still out on the mound for South Charleston, your defending state champions here in West Virginia.
Yeah, Colin Reed due up here for Post 14. Looking to reach base, the best hitter when it comes to average on the Post 14 roster. You could argue all-around best hitter. And so if it weren't for injury, he probably would have been EPAC Player of the Year candidate.
First pitch inside to Reed for a ball from Comer. 1-0 pitch. Again, inside for ball 2.
The train passes by to our right.
Pitch. Lined past the diving glove of the shortstop Mosley into left field. It's a leadoff single for Colin Reed.
And just like that, Post 14 now gets their first hit in quite a few innings.
Since the third.
Just the third hit of the day for Post 14.
It's now with the bats Cam Moore.
High school teammate of Reed.
Moore squares to bunt. He pulls the bat back. It's a ball high to Moore.
Trying to play some small ball here as it's just a 1-run game.
Yep, that's what works for Post 94 there in the bottom of the 5th, as this one outside for ball 2 to Moore. Count now 2-0 to Cam. Reed on first, nobody out. Top of the 6th, the 2-0 pitch. Fly ball to right field. Going forward is Damian Whitty. He makes the catch for out number 1. That'll keep Reed at first and bring up Riley Bubb with 1 out.
Definitely lost that ball a little bit, Colin. It looks like the soccer bench riser things are right back there on the other side of the fence that are also yellow.
Yeah, it kind of blends in with the railing of the fence. Is that one called a ball to Bub? The count now 1-0. This pitch high for ball 2. So again, a 2-0 count. We've seen that to Reed, saw that to Moore, and now to Bub here in the top half of the 6th inning. It's 2-1 South Charleston. Post 94 leads Berkeley Post 14. It's a quick timeout by the catcher Tyler Perdue to go talk to his pitcher Garrett Comer. The pitch to Bub. Caught a strike on the outside corner to make the count now 2-1. 2-1 pitch. Line down the third base line, and it keeps going foul and out of play to make the count now 2-2 to Bub from Comer.
Yeah, Post 64 and Post 2 arriving for their 7 p.m. contest.
2-2 pitch to Bub.
Likely be after 7 p.m.
Pop up into shallow right center field. The second baseman, Hunter McSweeney, trots back and makes the catch for the out. Now up to bat is Jackson Rue West here in the top of the 6th with 2 outs, and the runner and Colin Reed still on first.
Yeah, post 14 all of a sudden down to their final 4 outs.
The offensive production's been tough to come by this tournament as the pitch fouled off into the backstop for strike 1 by Jackson.
And Russ is a guy that had 2 hits yesterday, and he has had a hit earlier today, I believe. So he can be a guy that can get you on base and may potentially.
Another foul ball by Jackson Rue West for strike 2 as that one goes right above and off the net, third base dugout.
Potentially try and move Reed to third, but I don't know if that'll happen. He'd have to be running on the pitch.
The 0-2 pitch from Comer, grounded right back to him. He turns around, jogs over to the first base bag, and will step on it himself to end the inning. So it remains 2-1 as Reed led off the inning with a single, but after that it was quiet for Berkeley post 14. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th after this 1-minute break. You're tuned into American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV 10.
Not sure where to go or who to trust with your flooring project? And start with Trips Flooring, proudly serving the area for more than 25 years, specializing in floor sanding and refinishing, along with installation of new flooring, including hardwood, tile, vinyl, laminate, carpet, and the hottest trend in flooring, luxury vinyl, tile, and luxury vinyl plank. Are you on a budget? Check out their warehouse, cash and carry, or call 304-229-7009, or visit them online at tripsfloorsanding.com.
Join us at the Berkeley County Youth Fair for 8 action-packed days of fun for the whole family, August 5th through August 12th. Featuring all your favorites, the best in fair food, the best in carnival rides, and the best in live entertainment. Come support the area youth. See all their hard work at the ag and livestock exhibits and shows daily. We can't wait to see you at the Berkeley County Youth Fairgrounds, 2419 Golf Course Road in Martinsburg. Follow us on Facebook for Fair Week updates, or download the new BCYF app.
Welcome back as we are now in the bottom of the 6th, bottom of the lineup, or excuse me, the 6, 7, 8 batters due up for South Charleston post 14 in Schultes, Purdue, and Dixon. So they lead 2-1 over Berkeley post 14.
Yeah, Colin Stoudemire's still on the mound, which means he's up over that 80-pitch plateau. He's burned for the rest of the tournament. I guess barring storms, I guess, pushing it to a Sunday, but I don't see that happening. And in your bullpen, it does look like Lane DeLauder is throwing, I think.
Yes.
I see the sunglasses. But to me, I don't think you throw him 1 inning unless you throw him 1 inning to give him like a bullpen session, and he comes back tomorrow and starts the game.
So here we go between Stoudemire and Schultes. It's the pitch to Schultes. This is inside for ball 1. As we mentioned, winner of this one plays at 7 o'clock tomorrow in the afternoon. Loser plays at 11 a.m.
In an elimination game.
1-0 pitch inside to Schultes for ball 2. So 2 balls, no strikes to Schultes, who's 0 for 2 today. The 2-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss as Schultes chases a breaking ball to make the count 2-1.
Take that to the back. That'd be a noon contest tomorrow.
Okay. 2-1 pitch low for ball 3 to Schultes. So now the count 3-1 to Eli Schultes, and here's the pitch from Stoudemire. It's called a strike on the inside corner to fill the count up at 3-2. Stoudemire shakes off the call from Moore. Here comes the payoff pitch, and it pegs Schultes. He'll make his way over to first.
Now batting number 9, Tyler Purdue.
So now with the bat is Purdue. Purdue also 0 for 2 today. Get a timeout called so that Trip Tobin can hand a baseball to the home plate umpire. Now have a full infield meeting. Again, the defending state champions, South Charleston Post 94 in the lead here on the bottom of the sixth, 2-1 over the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets.
The winner of this tournament will represent West Virginia in the Mid-Atlantic Regional Tournament set for next week, August 2nd to 6th at Dale Miller Field in Morgantown. If Morgantown Post 2 wins the state championship, then the runner-up will advance as well, because I believe Morgantown, as the host, will automatically make it.
Okay. I knew you were wondering that, but never got an answer, I think, until yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So Morgantown makes it either way, though, not just if they're champion.
Yes. But they won't if they lose if they were to get in the elimination side of the bracket and lose.
Right.
Then they'll be done playing here, but still play next week.
So they're in no matter what. It's just there'll be two teams representing the state if Morgantown's in the championship.
Yes.
So now we resume action. Pitch to Purdue hits him.
That might be it for Stoudemire. As Trip Tobin kind of walking out to the on base or on the deck circle.
– Nobody out. Runners on first and second.
He decides to go back to the dugout.
Kyler Dixon now up to bat. I mean, it's a tough spot. You don't want to give up a run, but at the same time, you don't want to give up any new pitchers. You're only down one, so you're still in it, but you don't want Stoudemire to be out of it as bunting. It's foul and a bare-handed catch by Cam Moore.
Great grab by Cam Moore. We saw him nearly do that last week at the area tournament. Unfortunately, he didn't get the hand on it in time, but he does that today.
And that gives you an out and keeps the runners on first and second. He tried to see if he could throw to any base, but for how quick that pop-up bunt was, there was nobody covering the bags.
Yeah.
So now up to bat is Hunter McSweeney. Stoudemire sets. Runners on first and second with one out now. The pitch. Called strike one on the inside part of the plate to McSweeney.
Yeah, and I believe 13 pitches left to give for Stoudemire. 105 pitch limit is the pitch limit for American Legion. Rarely see that in Legion ball, a player get all the way there.
Yeah, one pitch to McSweeney, swing and a miss for strike two.
And Stoudemire always, not all of a sudden, I guess I should say, but, late. He's got some late run on his balls here, on his pitches, that you might not necessarily expect when a guy's at 94 pitches.
No balls, 2 strikes to McSweeney. With one out here in the bottom of the sixth, the pitch from Stoudemire. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. Down goes Hunter McSweeney looking for out number 2.
I believe that's strikeout number 8. Or strikeout number 7 for Stoudemire. Now at 95 pitches.
Now he gets to face Damian Whitty at the top of the lineup again. For the 4th time today. Runners on first and second. With 2 outs here in the bottom of the sixth for South Charleston, post 94, as Whitty calls a timeout and steps out of the box. Stoudemire sets. Wind up and the pitch. On the inside corner to Whitty, called strike 1.
This is good to see from Braden Stoudemire because, you're down 2-1. You got 2 on, 2 outs, and his pitches have been coming in pretty well the last couple of batters. For a guy that's getting in this heat and in the end of his, in the end of his time out there.
0-2 pitch, big swing and a miss by Damian Whitty for strike 2. So now, after Stoudemire hit the first 2 batters, has the opportunity to get out of this inning unscathed. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Braden Stoudemire sets. The 0-2 delivery. Misses outside for ball 1 to Whitty.
Yeah, I mean, you get a quality start from Stoudemire today like you expect, and, you know, unless the offense comes alive, unfortunately, you're going to fall 2-1.
Count now 1-2 to Whitty. He's grounded out. Had a single and walked so far today. 1-2 kick and pitch. Low for ball 2 to Whitty. Some more kind of gives a signal to Stoudemire to get out of this inning, probably, or change the sequence. But nonetheless, it's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Whitty from Stoudemire. The runners on first and second for South Charleston. The 2-2 pitch right at the knees, called strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts looking to end the inning.
8 strikeouts for Braden Stoudemire and a quality start, which hopefully the offense can come back and make it a win for them.
Yep, Berkeley post 14 down to its final 3 outs unless they can get 1 run to tie things, 2 to take the lead. We'll step aside for a 1-minute break and be back for the 7th inning. You're tuned into American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio, WRNR, and TV10 again, back in 1 minute.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
Before the invitations and the dress, the flowers, cake, candles, or vows, there was an answer to a question proposed with a ring.
Bechtel Jewelers knows that an important part of your wedding happens before the I-dos. We're a diamond store with an engagement and bridal jewelry selection that's both exciting and accessible.
On the big day, there's everything else, and there's the ring. Make sure you get this one right at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood.
We are back at Sager Field here at the Welch Athletic Complex in the 7th inning. It's Berkeley post 14 trails South Charleston post 94 2-1, and it's a tough day so far for the offense, only having 3 hits with that 1 run for the Hornets, and they have the bottom of the lineup, Herndon, Buber, and Camby up to bat, and all of them 0 for 2 respectively here against Garrett Comer, who's trying to go the distance to give South Charleston the win.
Yeah, you got to get something going. I mean, you look at Herndon, a 2022 EPAC player the year before going on to play at WVU Tech. You got Carson Buber, the rising senior at Martinsburg, and then the 9th man in the order, Jordan Camby, going on to play at Pot State, the Martinsburg graduate.
Herndon now up to bat, steps into the left-handed box here against Garrett Comer. So righty versus lefty is the pitch from Comer. Misses outside for ball 1.
Great take there by Herndon to start things off here in the 7th.
1-0 kick and pitch right down the middle. Count now 1-1 to Herndon. 1-1 pitch called strike 2 to Herndon.
He all of a sudden goes up. He's up 1-0, and now he's down to 1-2.
1-2 pitch outside for ball 2. Down 2-2.
He's got to try and stay alive, swinging anything close, try to get bat on ball.
The kick in, the pitch. Big swing and a miss for strike 3 as Herndon chases one above his head for out number 1. It's tough late in the game to hold back on a fastball at the eyes. It's now up to bats Buber. It's the pitch to Buber from Comer. Almost hits Buber in the helmet, but he's able to duck underneath for ball 1. 1-0 pitch. Fly ball to right field. Damian Whitty steps back and makes the catch for out number 2.
Yeah, down to their final out, post 14 is, before they head to the elimination side of the bracket. We'll play tomorrow at noon.
Jordan Canby trying to keep the Hornets alive. He's flown out to left and grounded out to third in his 2 at-bats. The pitch from Garrett Kilmer to Canby. Just inside for ball 1. Canby calls time before stepping back into the box. 1-0 pitch. Popped up in foul territory over at the first baseline. Diving for, did he make the catch? No, the catcher, Tyler Perdue, did to end the game. So there you go, 2-1. South Charleston gets the win over Berkeley post 14. And that means it's now or never, do or die, the rest of the way for the Hornets. 2-1's your final score. We'll step aside, take a 1-minute break, and then be back for the post-game recap. You're tuned into American Legion Baseball on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10.
You've been in an accident. Why won't the insurance company pay? Because they're trying to save money at your expense. Call Mansion Ferretti for your free consultation. We have the experience to deal with the insurance company and get you the compensation you deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Providing reliable protection since 1877, we are Farmers and Mechanics Insurance Companies. From small beginnings and over a century later, we maintain our dedication to our policyholders to provide dependable insurance protection and excellent customer service. Protecting everything from your home to your business has never been easier. Our team is here to ensure that you, your family, and your assets are taken care of. We enjoy giving back and doing our part to keep Martinsburg a great place to be.
The post-game show here on Talk Radio WRNR and TV10. Colin McLaughlin alongside me is Spencer Dupuis. Cameraman's Dylan Bishop. Back at the studio is Nick Verzolini as the Berkeley Post 14 Hornets fall in this one, unfortunately, by a final score of 2-1 against the defending state champion South Charleston Post 94. Quickly,
and they will play tomorrow at noon. They'll play Wheeling Post 1. If you look at 2 teams this season, they're 1-1 against each other. Wheeling got the win 2-1 on June 10th. While Post 14 got the win on Sunday, June 11th, 8-3.
All right, so let's get into our post-game stats here. As Spencer, you're going to need to give it to us here as you accidentally signed us out of the iPad with your phone.
All right, let me get back here to Post 14.
While you're doing that, I can quickly say Post 14 had the 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and for South Charleston it was 2 runs, 4 hits, and 2 errors. So while we wait for Spencer to pull up our game stats here, again, your final score 2-1. South Charleston's Garrett Kilmer gets the win. Braden Stoudemire, even though he pitched a great game, gets the loss.
Yeah, so looking at pitching stats for the winners, Post 94 is a 1-for-2 day for Whitty with a walk and 2 runs scored. Comer goes 1 for 3. Mosley goes 1 for 1 with an RBI and a walk. Nutter 1 for 2 with an RBI and a walk coming from Dixon. Looking at the pitching, Comer gets the win, 7 innings strong, 3 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 2 walks, 1 strikeouts on 90 pitches. And going over to Post 14, it was a 1 for 3 and a run scored day for Connor Bailey. Hartman goes 1 for 3. Colin Reed goes 1 for 2 with a walk. Cam Moore goes 0 for 3, but he has an RBI. A walk for Riley Bubb, and that is the scoring. And looking at the pitching, a strong performance, unfortunately coming out on the losing side for Braden Stoudemire. 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 3 walks, and 8 strikeouts. And again, Post 14 will be back in action. Losers bracket tomorrow at noon. They will take on Wheeling Post 1. Both teams 1-1 against each other this season.
Alrighty, unless you got any final comments, Spencer, that's going to wrap things up here.
I do not.
So let's do it. And end things at Segra Field at the Welch Athletic Complex at University of Charleston. Again, noon tomorrow against Wheeling, post 1 for Berkeley post 14. Your final score today, South Charleston post 94-2, Berkeley post 14-1. For Nick Verzolini, Dylan Bishop, and Spencer Dupuy, I'm Colin McLaughlin, signing off here. Have a great rest of your day, everyone.
You've been tuned into American Legion Baseball for the continued excitement of high school, college, and Major League Baseball. Keep it tuned to 106.5 FM, AM 740, Comcast Cable Channel 10, and online at talkradiowrnr.com.